Tonight, we're getting a closer look at the devastation in Maui as the death toll continues to climb. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. Less than an hour ago, that death toll climbed to 67. CBS 8's Shannon Handy joins us now with what a former San Diegan who now runs the Maui United Way is saying about the help that they need right now. Shannon?
Well, as you can imagine, Marcella, they need a lot of help, and it's heartbreaking to see these numbers climb day after day. I spoke with Nicholas Winfrey. He once worked for the Rancho Costo Humane Society here in San Diego. He has since brought his humanitarian efforts to Hawaii and says they need all the help they can get.
Wow.
For the first time, we're getting an up-close look at the devastation caused by a wind-driven wildfire that tore through Lahaina on the western coast of Maui. 80% of the town has been destroyed. That includes restaurants, retail stores, and hotels along Front Street, a popular destination for visitors.
A lot of people think of Lahaina as a vacation town. This is a small town. This is a small community of people that work and live in this place. This is people's livelihoods that have been lost.
Nicholas Winfrey hasn't been able to see the destruction in person. Instead, the president of Maui United Way has been spending 20 hours a day on his phone and computer getting resources to where they need to go.
Obviously, there's individuals at VOAD and FEMA and Red Cross and Salvation Army and Food Bank dealing with a lot of the immediate effects. What we're working on is strategic planning to support those agencies basically in the short, intermediate, and long term, and really get funds interjected into the community as quickly as possible.
Winfrey, who used to work for Rancho Costo Humane Society in San Diego, says it's a challenging task given how big this crisis is.
Here's my analogy, right? A firecracker went off in an anthill, and all of the ants are running around trying to figure out what to do. This is typically what happens in a massive disaster.
Some of the needs right now include financial assistance, food and housing for those who lost everything, as well as shelter for displaced animals. Above all, Winfrey says the priority remains locating the missing. Dozens have already been declared dead, and Winfrey fears that number will grow.
I think a lot of senior citizens had a tough time making it out, and I don't think that they did.
California Governor Gavin Newsom has already deployed urban search and rescue teams. FEMA and Red Cross workers, including the CEO of our region, are also there helping out. When asked how he's coping with it all, Winfrey told me spending time helping others is, in a way, helping himself.
I want to crawl in the corner in the fetal position, in all honesty. It's if I sit too long and think about how bad this devastation is, the people that I haven't been able to get a hold of that I work with, I can't do that. My mindset and military mindset is just focusing on what we need to do. But, I got about 2 hours of sleep last night. Every time I woke up, I just started crying.
And if you'd like to help, we're going to put a link to Maui United Way as well as the Red Cross on our hot button located at cbs8.com. Winfrey says the needs will change and grow as time goes on. But one thing he emphasized is that the people of Hawaii need support not just now, but Marcella, in the coming months and years as they rebuild. And what Nicholas was telling me is that, they'd like to have groups on standby. There's a lot of people saying, what can we do? What can we do? Obviously, I mentioned financial assistance, but moving forward, they may need a group of nurses to come help, et cetera, et cetera. So they want people to be patient as they assess the damage and be ready to go when called.
And you can just tell that people are still in shock. They're trying to do what they can to help in the immediate areas where they can't help, but this is going to be years of need. The devastation is so vast and a lot of people still unaccounted for, so very emotional. You could tell that Nicholas is trying to keep it together.
Exactly, because think about it, you have local people helping out in their local town, and as he mentioned, he has friends that he can't get in touch with.
Right.
And so he fears the worst. And that's the case with a lot of these people right there on the ground, these rescue workers. So it's just a very sad situation, and they just need a lot of help.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I know a lot of people here do want to help, so now there's a way through the United Way. Thanks so much, Shannon.